Now it's time for Movie Time with Chet Wilson.
Disappointed is the only word I can use to describe my feelings about Executive Decision. When your leading man doesn't make it into the second act, you're setting your audience up to be disgusted with the resulting product. Who directed this piece of crap? John Leguizamo? After accomplished musician Steven Seagal died, I only saw red from my anger for the rest of the movie, and I'm not super clear on what the plot was, so I've pieced it together from my grandpa's embellished story about a flight to Boca Raton. Basically, this is the RoboCop 3 of 90s airline action movies. My first memory is when executive decider Kurt Russell decides executively to send a Navy SEAL, environmentalist, and all-around badass Steven Seagal to combat flying terrorists who have taken over a jumbo jet that has Halle Berry on board, with sexy results. Naturally, the decider, Russell, is on a stealth fighter that they used to board the jet, when he'd probably be happier sipping a fine 20-year-old scotch somewhere in America, making executive decisions. Kurt Russell is just a non-combative peasant, making it so important that he get on the plane before the martial arts expert, who has actual experience in killing people. Then the movie really starts to suck. Turbulence somehow kills Michigan's native son, Steven Seagal, as though he could be killed by anything less than a machine gun that shoots dinosaurs to the face. Doesn't make any sense. But I suppose you could say the Glimmer Man, who's hard to kill, ends up under siege on deadly ground. Anyways, Kurt Russell, the guy who ruined the movie, and a ragtag team of B-list actors we don't really care about, team up to rescue the damsel in distress, with sexy results. Bottom line, once Buena Park High School alum Steven Seagal died, I stopped paying attention. There's something to do with a bomb and a futuristic Game Boy, and Halle Berry helps somehow, with sexy results. Kurt Russell's mission is twofold: defuse the bomb and eliminate the terrorists. But he's bamboozled at every point by the guy who played Luigi in the Mario Brothers movie. Shouldn't that have been a clue that he was worthless? The guy destroyed the careers of Bob Hoskins, Dennis Hopper, and my favorite video game in the mid-80s. Oh, Russell was also supposed to woo Halle Berry, with sexy results. He let her help him so he could make her feel like she was involved in some way. I mean, this is the 90s. Or was. It was the 90s. So, some other executive decider comes on board. A fat guy who chews on coffee sticks. He decides some stuff, but then the terrorists almost find out. But he ends up preventing the bomb from detonating, making the B-list actors useless. Which is what we'd figure without animal rights activist Steven Seagal. Ultimately, Kurt Russell lands the plan with Halle Berry's sexiness, with, wait for it, sexy results. And everyone survives, except the one guy I hoped would survive, aftershave advocate Steven Seagal. The only question that needs to be asked is, what executive made that decision? Overall, I give it negative a billion stars.